Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be continuing playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. The game's intense, so read any warnings if you want to. We're like in like another world now since like Sayori's kind of gone for some reason. I don't know if she's like permanently gone. I hope not, I guess. But for now her like file is just gone. So this is like a world without Sayori and it's kind of glitched. So let's just see what happens. I'm not sure. So I think we're just at the end of like the first day, and we're going to be writing our first poem in this new existence. So let's just get into it, I guess. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. All right. Bye. With that, I depart the clubroom and make my way home. Okay. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. And of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Yep. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright. So, you unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure? That's weird. Stare at the dot. You reveal a special message. Stare? Um, I, I love you. Is that the poem? Is there anything else I'm supposed to do? This is weird. Like I was gonna comment, like, because originally, like the first time we went through it, there were all four of them. So, like, if any of the others like disappeared or died, they would like it would just be like two persons and like maybe just Monica because she seems like the main character, like or the main person of something. So this is a special. So I okay, I just clicked. Is that's weird. So it's just these two. Sayori's gone, so I don't know if I really should like purposely try, um, like to get closer to one of them. I wonder if I like did if I do the ones or like the ones that would interest Sayori, are they gone? Or would it I don't know. Like there's a lot of details. Or should I try to so I went kind of more toward I don't really know too much about Natsuki. I feel like it was more just Sayori and Yuri last time. So I don't know if I should go to Natsuki or go more. I may just try to go towards Yuri because we were kind of getting closer to her, I guess, in the other time. So I want to see what happens if with that, I guess. So I'll try doing that. And then maybe if something else happens, we'll go towards Natsuki with the poems. I don't know. So let's try to think about this. So I think Broken would do it. I think Breathe would be Yuri though. I'm still gonna try to pick ones that are like I like more, but the ones that are kind of creepy, Yuri would like. So shopping, I think would be more Natsuki. Smile, vacation, after image, anime, vanilla, strawberry, pr- pr- I don't know, uncontrollable, passion. I think uncontrollable would be Yuri. Vivacious, sunset journey, whistle, color pink, disoriented, atone, misery, sweet. I think disoriented would also be Yuri. Because I'm gonna try to do like all Yuri and see if that's something like if they say something special about that. Scars. Okay. Uh, I guess I'll read through them all. Extreme promise, scars, intellectual, mouse, shame, flee, prayer, frightening, fireworks. I think intellectual would be Yuri. Romance, childhood, analysis, covet, pain, hope, forgive, Valentine, wonderful, peaceful. Um, pain probably would be that way. Um, Would forgive? I don't know which one forgive would be, but I think only the words would go towards Natsuki and Yuri. I don't think there's any like words besides that. So is hope? I think pain would be, but I don't really want to click pain. That just seems but I think that I analysis would definitely be Yuri, right? Okay. Play, fickle, jump, joy, entropy, blanket, cheer, summer, horror, vivid. I'm gonna go with vivid. Depression, vertigo, empty, nightgown, whisper, inferno, flower, kitty, unstable, daydream. I think whisper. No, okay, well I messed that up, but it's still gonna be mostly Yuri for sure. I don't know if there'd be like an achievement for doing like all one person, but that's not gonna happen anymore since I've messed that up. But we'll still try to continue going with the words that Yuri would like. Happiness, pleasure, bliss, bunny, love, music, misfortune, suicide, judgment, silly. Misfortune. Rain, cloud, anxiety, milk, special, despise, jumpy, tragedy, cheeks, amazing, kawaii. Rain cloud. Oh, that's her. Okay, well I guess huh. Interesting. Cute, crimson, skipping, swimsuit, vibrant, melody, fun, tears, sugar, cage. Crimson. Okay, calm, unending, captive, cry, ocean, socks, giggle, electricity, awesome, landscape. We'll do unending. Dazzle, hurt, loud, essence, ambient, party, lucky, vitality, disown, marshmallow. I think vitality? Okay. Parfait, comfort, agonizing, defeat, warm, sadness, beauty, fireflies, nature, adventure. So I think fireflies would be Natsuki, but it also seems like it could be Yuri at the same time. I feel like adventure, sadness, defeat, agonizing. I'll pick defeats. Bed, alone, papa, wrath, email, question, excitement, climax, explode, lazy. I think email would be, oh, that's her. I guess anything that's more towards like less fantasy oriented would be more Natsuki, I think. Okay, but I've kind of like I don't want to pick words that are like really like dark necessarily because I still want to like stay sort of within like what I would actually pick like for these words, but I I don't know. Kiss, embrace, games, together, Doki Doki, effulgent, playground, death, nimble, philosophy. I mean, I'll pick death, I guess. Raindrops, aura, lust, portrait, disarray, bouncy, existence, infallible, charm, dance. Let's do aura. Heartbeat, laugh, boop, friends, peace, time, twirl, hair, incapable, dark. I'll do dark. Grief, puppy, heart, whirlwind, incongruent, unrequited, sensation, disaster, bubbles, fester. Um, so I don't know. Would whirlwind? I think whirlwind would probably be Natsuki. Um, would sensation be Natsuki or Yuri though? I honestly don't know. Grief would definitely be Yuri. I'm gonna see what sensation is. Okay, that's Yuri, I guess. Unrestrained, rainbow, extraordinary memories, universe, fantasy, chocolate, determination, variance, imagination. So, would fantasy be Yuri or Natsuki? I don't know, because like Yuri talks about like fantasy stuff, but I think Natsuki also does, sort of. I'm gonna click that and see what happens. Okay, that's Natsuki, but it's still way mostly Yuri, so I think the effect will still be there, maybe. Meager, hop, flying, sticky, marriage, graveyard, holiday, shiny, dream, treasure. So would dream be? I think dream would probably be Natsuki. Graveyard, meager. They're just all so much darker. Um, would huh? I'm gonna pick dream. Okay, that is Yuri. All right. Let's see what happens. We're back here. Is the stuff on the back of the room different? I don't know. Hi again, Major Pilots. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh. Hi, Yuri. Thanks for keeping your promise, Major Pilots. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh my, oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Wait, what? You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Is the music like weird or something? I don't know, this feels like a little off-putting. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Come on, relax, Natsuki. I'm here. I'm not trying to make people unhappy. Ooh, you're really in front of that right now. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the room. So wait, if I click history, um, it doesn't show. Wait, return. If I click, does she seem like disproportional? Like to the size? I don't know. If I click it now, okay, no, it's like the last one. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Major Pilot. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now you're at the club and all, so I think she's, like, more close to me than usual. Like, oh, is the room sideways? I just kind of noticed that it kind of does feel, like, slanted, like, more... Okay, well, perhaps you might have interest in picking a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. It feels like the room's, like, moving almost, like, when I look at the center. That's kind of weird. Like you said, I'm in the club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be able to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Okay. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president, after all, that I should help you get started on something that you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. All right. And we could, discuss it if you wanted to. This is, How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay. Oh, wait, the room's more straight now. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, so I think maybe when I just see the other characters, weird things happen. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Okay, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That doesn't sound good. And the people trapped there have this trait of that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Huh. But the facility gets even worse. And they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to. Why would you think I like this book? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of horror, to be honest, but that seems pretty intense. I mean, it's interesting, right? But it's still, oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Major Pilot? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally get that, forget that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway? I'm not sure. Then suddenly, I am a bit rambling, aren't I? A little. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Let me see what you just said. When I let It's not there. Okay, that's weird. I didn't see what that said. So I'm sorry if it ends up saying something, if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. I mean, you don't have to, but aha, what are you saying? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. That's not, it's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. This is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. So it is weird that there isn't, like something that Monica is like having us do or talk about. Like, I'm not sure what Monica's doing. I don't know. This is all kind of strange. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just something about bathing. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. That's not a really good trait. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, oh, okay, I'm so confused. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and then hold my book more between the two of them. Wait. Okay. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I'm pretty slow at reading, so, you might get ahead and I might take a while, so whatever. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I insisted I use my right hand to hold the book open. So wait. So I'm sitting like to the right of her? Probably because my left arm was in the way. That'd mean I'd be like pushing it. I don't know. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Okay, oh, there's another one of these images. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Wait, we didn't share our poems today. That's weird, isn't it? And I guess I am like, since I did like write my poem about like more towards Yuri, I guess that's why I'm interacting with Yuri right now. But it's still strange that we didn't even like show our poems at all. Like, it just naturally, I didn't really even see Natsuki that much. Like, it was only in the beginning. Okay, there's a computer over there. Okay. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. So I was right. I had a pretty good picture in mind of like how it was actually situated. Ah, I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. So the book goes... Which way is the book would go? I don't know. But it's holding it, but in holding it like this, we were huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. Is she, like, frowning? I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. I mean, I just said I was gonna read slow. Oh my gosh. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Okay, since you're being so patient with me. Okay, now you're smiling. Good. I guess the side angle makes it hard to tell. Because usually, like, when people are in the resting position of their face, it's like they're not smiling. It's like you have, like, slightly curved down. But it's kind of just normal. Because if you're, like, straight, you kind of look weird. Like, I don't know. Thanks. We continued reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over the side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. So wait, I guess it's going like this way, which would make sense. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really, I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all, right? So, oh, that's what you were thinking about. Uh, sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Uh, huh. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. Is she like I don't know, like a murderer or something? So I don't know why that came into my head. Okay. Aha. Yuri, are you feeling all right? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. Okay. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Major Pilots? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. I guess I don't know. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. What? No, nothing. Aha, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. All right, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Oh, so we are gonna do that. All right. Or you mean start? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I made a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. I don't have a bookmark. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay, I only have two options. Natsuki is first. Now, I kind of was thinking I was going to pick Natsuki anyway, because Monica, I don't know. Monica's giving me like a weird vibe right now. I don't. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. I did? It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Okay. Well, it's about that what I expected from someone like you. Yeah, that's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay, eagles can fly. Okay, I think I've actually... Is this the same poem? I think... I think this is the same poem as the first one she made before, but I guess I'll read it again. Eagles can fly, uh, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. Uh, was that the word? So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Uh, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Okay, I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Um, alright. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess Monica? Um, hi, Major Pilots. Having a good time so far? Yes. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Okay. Sure. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahaha, don't worry, Major Pilots. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Is Yuri still getting water? Great job, Major Pilots. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Do I usually give my poem first? I felt like I usually read first. No, wait, I don't remember. It's really metaphorical. I am not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Okay, that's why, that way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, okay, aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she just totally given up on people. Okay? She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming out on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the doors open. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. All right, thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. There's probably some meaning behind what you just said. Okay, hole in the wall. I guess I'll go through this poem kind of fast since I think it's the same one as before. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Oh, I think this may be different. Uh, are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? They sound of frantic scrambling, scrawlings, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So I definitely think this is different. I don't remember this at all, but I think it's about. So I think I'm the person being referred to here, and she's like maybe stuck in this world and trying to use me to get out of it or something. I might have missed some words there, but I think I got the message. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Aha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gone pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Ah, well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Okay. An epiphany. Interesting. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Alright, sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Okay? Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. All right, who should I show my poem to next? I guess Yuri. Um, let's see what she has to say. As Yuri reads my poem, I notice her eyes lighten. So this I like very much so tried. Like I think there was like three maybe that were towards Natsuki. Maybe one more than that, but about that. So I think this was going to interest her a lot. Maybe I don't know. Exceptional. Oh, what was that? Um, did I say that out loud? Yuri's first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. I, uh, he's going to hate me. Is that in how? Did she say that? Because it's in quotations, and then it's also in parentheses. He's going. So can I? That's weird. You really didn't do anything wrong. I guess all of this is in quotations. Wait, that if has it always been in quotations? Like I've sometimes. Okay, yeah, I guess it always has been. Okay, yeah, that's. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Aha. Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the more noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weak. And once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. You apologized again. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love share my thought process behind it. So you, like, before you, I think the last time you were, like, nervous about showing your poem, but now you seem happy about it. So, I don't know. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself it is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? All right, Ghost Under the Lights. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining sheet-like to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay, I think this was one I already read, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read, because it's hard for me to read that. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it really was descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Who? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Major Pet. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. So it's about you? They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. That doesn't sound good. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm glad. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Major Pet. Ah, me too. All right. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. The music does sound a little off. I don't know if I'm just noticing it like weird or not. Anyway, I think I'll end the episode here. I think this is probably the end of this day, so we'll start up continuing what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna save the game, like and subscribe if you want to support me. Yeah, this is getting kind of pretty interesting. I'm really not sure what's gonna happen. So bye.